Chosen one, listen closely. This is not a message, this is a summons. Something has shifted in the unseen, and heaven has leaned toward you with intention. You did not arrive here by accident. Your spirit was pulled into this moment because your name has been spoken in places your feet have never walked. The throne room is not whispering, it is calling. A divine alarm is sounding across the heavens, not a gentle signal, a summons meant to interrupt everything around you. The atmosphere has paused. The flow of the day has bent. There is a stillness settling over you because heaven has entered the conversation. What you are hearing is not coincidence. It is recognition. It is God reminding you that He has called you by name and that you belong to Him. There is movement behind the veil, angelic footsteps, pages turning in the courts of heaven. Your story is being pulled forward, and nothing in the natural can explain why you feel this stirring in your chest. Something is happening because heaven is preparing to reveal what was hidden. And you, chosen one, are not simply invited to witness it. You are woven into the center of it. This moment carries weight, the kind of weight that presses gently but firmly on your spirit. The kind that tells you something holy is unfolding. You can feel it. The air feels different. Your thoughts have paused long enough to notice the shift. Heaven has stepped into your timeline to ensure you do not miss what is being released. Every distraction is falling away. Every stray thought is silenced. The voice of God is clearing space around you so you can hear. He is not distant. He is present. He is intentional. The same God who split the seas for Moses is the same God drawing near to you right now, not to frighten you but to awaken you, not to overwhelm you but to reveal what is coming next. Chosen one, heaven is not casual about you. When God calls your name, creation responds. Angels move. The atmosphere rearranges. The path ahead begins to open. What you sense right now is the beginning of revelation, the beginning of justice, the beginning of clarity after a long night. So pause, breathe, let your spirit settle, because what comes next is not light, it is weighty, it is holy, and it has been released with your name attached to it. Are you ready? Then listen. Heaven is speaking again. Chosen one, heaven has not been blind to the weight you have carried. There are rooms you never entered where your name was spoken without mercy. There were whispers shaped into weapons. There were decisions made in shadows that attempted to seal a story you never agreed to. And yet, you stood there wondering why the pressure felt heavier than anything you deserved. It is because what you faced was never natural. It was spiritual. You have been misunderstood by those who never paused long enough to see your heart. You have been misread by those who preferred rumors over truth. You have been judged by voices that spoke boldly but knew little. The pain did not come only from what was done to you. It came from who did it. People you trusted. People you respected. People you thought were for you. Their silence cut as deeply as their words. But hear this clearly. Heaven witnessed the conversations you were excluded from. Heaven saw the glances exchanged across the table. Heaven heard the speculation dressed as concern. Nothing was hidden from the one who sees through walls and hearts. You were not attacked because you were guilty. You were attacked because you were chosen. The pressure formed around your life because the enemy recognized the potential within you long before others did. The accusations were designed to confuse you. The delays were designed to drain you. The betrayals were meant to make you question your identity. Yet, in every moment when you thought you were standing alone, heaven was gathering evidence in your favor. Every tear you shed became a record. Every quiet prayer in the night became a testimony. Your endurance was seen. Your restraint was counted. Your integrity was noted in the courts of heaven. This is why the battle felt so personal. It was not about the situation in front of you. It was about the calling on your life. You carry something that threatens darkness. You carry clarity in a world built on confusion. You carry truth in environments that preferred deceit. And so the enemy wrote your name into plots designed to wear you down. But God wrote your name into a story the enemy could never erase. Chosen one, you were never fragile. You were forged. Every accusation tried to chain your destiny. Every whisper tried to shrink your voice. Yet something inside you refused to bow. Something inside you would not die. That is the marking of someone heaven has claimed. And now heaven is responding. The strategies formed in silence are being exposed. The hands that shaped lies are trembling. The narratives built against you are collapsing under their own weight. God is unveiling every false intention. He is pulling back every curtain that tried to conceal your worth. You have felt pressure. You have felt loneliness. You have felt the sting of betrayal. But heaven has felt it with you. Your pain did not go unnoticed. Your confusion was not ignored. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those crushed in spirit. Psalm 34 verse 17 and 18. You were never abandoned. You were observed. You were defended. You were preserved for something greater than the attacks against you. Chosen one, take heart. The warfare against you has always been a sign of the destiny within you, and the God who saw every injustice is now preparing to answer. The shaking you feel is not punishment. It is the beginning of your vindication. Heaven has stepped into the story, and nothing spoken against you will stand. Your rising is already in motion. Chosen one, if your spirit is still with me in this moment, it is because heaven has drawn you into alignment. What you are hearing is not entertainment. It is confirmation. And now, you are being invited to respond. Declare your agreement boldly. Type Amen in the comments as a sign that your spirit recognizes this word. Do not treat it as a routine action. It is a declaration. It is a seal. It is your signature on what heaven has already decreed. If this message is reaching something deep within you, mark the moment. Like this video as a signal that you stand under heaven's verdict and not under the weight of lies. Share it with someone who needs to remember that God still sees, still rescues, still vindicates. And do not leave yet. Remain with me until the end. There is more revelation ahead, and what comes next will speak directly to the questions you have carried for years. Heaven is not finished. Your understanding is about to open. Your spirit is about to rise. Stay. Listen closely. The next part will reveal why the warfare intensified and why your name has been handled with such weight in the unseen. Chosen one, what comes next carries weight. Heaven is not only comforting you, heaven is teaching you. There are movements in the spirit that you must understand, because revelation is not given to entertain you, it is given to position you. The shaking around your life has not been a sign of collapse. It has been a sign of preparation. While you walked through ordinary days, decisions concerning your destiny were unfolding behind closed doors. Conversations you never heard were shaping outcomes you never agreed to. And yet God remained silent, not because he was distant, but because silence is often the strategy of heaven before justice is released. The Most High watches longer than humans think he should, but he never watches without purpose. He allows the enemy to reveal his hand. He allows deception to expose itself. He allows the motives of people to rise to the surface. And when the fullness of time arrives, he moves with perfect precision. Heaven is never late. Heaven is exact. You have wondered why the pressure intensified, why the accusations multiplied, why the betrayal struck at the very moment you needed support. Hear this clearly. The battle became fiercest when you were closest to breakthrough. Darkness sensed what you could not see. The enemy recognized the forming of your next season long before your eyes adjusted to the shift. This is why the warfare felt personal, because it was not about the present moment, it was about the mantle on your life, a calling that carries impact beyond anything you have imagined. You were sent to disrupt patterns, you were sent to expose lies, you were sent to walk in a clarity that makes darkness nervous. And the enemy moved to restrain you before you recognized your own authority. But heaven did not remain still. Angels were assigned, gates were guarded. What the enemy meant to use as a cage was transformed into a classroom. Every delay became training, every disappointment became sharpening. Every hidden tear became a testimony in the courts of heaven. You thought you were falling behind. In truth, you were being prepared. There is a principle you must understand. Obedience is not punishment. Obedience is access. When God asks you to wait, He is not withholding breakthrough. He is shaping your capacity to carry it. When He asks you to release something, He is clearing space for what belongs to you. When He shuts a door, it is often because an unseen trap lies behind it. Heaven's no is always protection. Chosen one, look again at your story. The warfare did not stop your calling, it clarified it. The resistance sharpened your discernment. The pressure purified your motives. The misunderstandings humbled your spirit and made room for wisdom to grow. You are not the person you were before the battle. Heaven used every moment to upgrade you. Consider those who walked this path before you. Joseph was betrayed, sold, forgotten. Yet every setback was positioning. David was hunted by a king he served faithfully, yet the wilderness trained his hands for kingdom work. Paul and Silas were chained in a prison, yet the midnight hour became the setting for deliverance that shook the foundations. Revelation always precedes release. Shaking always precedes glory. God is lifting the veil now because you are ready to understand what you could not handle before. His tears over your life were not tears of defeat. They were tears of urgency and love. Tears that fell when heaven said enough. Tears that watered the ground where the old systems that stood against you have begun to break apart. These tears are not symbolic. They are movement. They cleanse the path ahead. They sanctify what belonged to you but was touched by hands that had no permission. When heaven weeps, destinies reorder themselves. When God cries over injustice, exposure follows. When God cries over His chosen, chains that once held them begin to fail. The accusations that tried to shape your identity are losing their voice. The narratives that tried to shrink you are dissolving in the light of truth. The limitations spoken by human mouths are being cut away by the sword of the Lord. You were never designed for narrow places. You were created for clarity. You were crafted for authority. The same power that preserved Daniel in the den, that defended Esther in the court, that lifted Joseph in Egypt, is resting on your life now. What you feel in your spirit is the shift of heaven realigning what was mishandled. The shaking is not meant to break you. It is meant to break everything that was falsely built around you. The storm around your name is not judgment against you. It is judgment against what opposed you. Understand this. In the Spirit, a case is being closed. Evidence collected in the dark is being overturned in the light. What was spoken in secret is being exposed before heaven's clarity, and the verdict is being announced in your favor. The teaching is simple and holy. You were never fighting alone. You were never left undefended. You were being prepared for the unveiling that is now beginning. The pain you felt was real, but the purpose behind it is greater than the wound. Chosen one, revelation is rising in your spirit. Your story is not collapsing. It is being rewritten by the author of truth. What you see next will explain why the battle was so intense, and what comes next will reveal why heaven has guarded your name so fiercely. Prepare yourself. The next part will show you the future heaven has aligned for you. This is the hour of understanding, and your spirit is ready to receive it. Chosen one, lift your eyes now. The shaking you have felt is not announcing your fall. It is announcing your rise. What looked like the collapse of foundations is actually the breaking of cages. What felt like the end of your story is only the end of what tried to restrict you. Heaven is revealing the path ahead, and it does not resemble the places you have walked before. The future opening in front of you carries the fragrance of destiny. It carries the clarity you prayed for. It carries the strength you could not manufacture on your own. The storm you survived has become the soil where your next season will grow. Look closely. What was meant to bury you has become a garden. What they called a grave was actually good ground. The tears you shed did not fall into emptiness. They watered purpose. They softened the spiritual soil that once resisted you. And now heaven is breathing on the seeds that were planted in the dark. Seeds no one else saw. Seeds even you forgot you carried. You are stepping into a season where heaven endorses your movement. The hesitation that once held you is losing its grip. The shame that once silenced you is dissolving. You will walk with clarity. You will speak with authority. Your presence will carry weight, not because of who you are, but because of who sent you. There is a shift occurring around you. It is not only personal, it is global. Nations are trembling under decisions being made in unseen places. Systems are being rearranged. Voices are being repositioned. And in the middle of these global tremors, heaven is relocating you into alignment with the assignments written for your life long before you were misunderstood. Do not be surprised when familiar places no longer feel comfortable. Do not fear when old circles no longer fit. Heaven is expanding you. You were never meant to remain hidden forever. The unveiling has begun. The season of obscurity is ending. The season of visibility has arrived. Chosen one, your voice will reach spaces your feet have not touched. Doors that once rejected you will open on their own. Opportunities that once ignored you will begin to call your name. This is not coincidence. This is the orchestration of heaven. The same God who lifted Joseph from prison to the palace is lifting you from confinement into calling. There is also provision attached to this shift. Resources that once felt blocked will begin to move toward you. Ideas dormant in your spirit will awaken. Connections necessary for your assignment will be revealed. This is not merely breakthrough, this is alignment. This is the kind of divine timing where what you lost is returned with increase, where what was taken is restored with interest. Listen closely. The angelic protection over your life is not passive. Archangel Michael still stands at your side. His sword is active. His wings are wide. He is clearing paths you cannot see. He is cutting through agreements made without your consent. He is guarding the blueprint heaven wrote about you. Destiny is being defended in the unseen so that purpose can rise in the natural. And you will rise. Not slowly, not silently. You will rise with clarity. You will rise with authority. You will rise in a way that even those who underestimated you will not recognize. What once looked like weakness will be revealed as refinement. What once looked like loss will be revealed as preparation. Heaven is announcing your elevation. Heaven is declaring your emergence. What you carry will impact more than your household, more than your workplace, more than your circle. What you carry will ripple outward. This is why the warfare was so heavy. This is why the accusations were relentless. Darkness fights hardest where light is about to break through. Chosen one, the horizon is shifting. The air around your life is changing. You are not stepping into another chapter. You are stepping into another dimension of purpose. The limitations placed on you by human mouths have been removed. The labels placed on you by past seasons have been lifted. Heaven is unveiling the version of you that has existed in God's heart since the beginning. Stand still for a moment. Breathe. Feel it. This is the beginning of your elevation. This is the start of your unveiling. What heaven has ordained can no longer be hindered. Your rise has begun. Chosen one, now that heaven has spoken and the veil has lifted, the time for stillness is over. What you have heard was not meant to stir you only for a moment. It was meant to commission you. This is the hour where revelation becomes responsibility. This is the moment where understanding becomes movement. You have been released from what held you. Now you must step into what is calling you. The future that heaven revealed is not passive. It will not unfold without your agreement. You must choose it. You must walk toward it. You must prepare for it with intention and obedience. Guard your atmosphere. If heaven fights for you, do not make room for voices that contradict what God has spoken. Silence what tries to reattach shame to your story. Release the names and memories that drain your strength. Declutter your spirit and your surroundings. Walk through your home and remove the objects tied to pain. Let your environment prophesy peace. Return to the Word. Do not wait for moments like this to be fed. Feed yourself daily. Read with expectation. Pray with boldness. Listen with trust. Let Scripture rebuild what disappointment tried to erode. Begin with the Psalms. Sit with Isaiah. Walk with Jesus in the Gospels. Let the truth of God shape your inner world until your thoughts agree with heaven. Set boundaries that protect your destiny. Say no without guilt. Step back without apology. Heaven is separating you from what once drained your purpose. Do not resist the separation. Do not cling to what God is releasing. Choose discernment over comfort. Choose alignment over familiarity. Choose obedience over delay. Forgive freely. Forgiveness is not approval. Forgiveness is freedom. You cannot carry resentment and purpose in the same hands. Release those who wounded you and let God defend what they mishandled. Your revenge is your rising. Your justice is your clarity. Your victory is your peace. Chosen one, begin to speak differently. Words create spiritual architecture. Speak life over your days. Speak strength into your assignments. Speak hope into the places that once felt barren. Your voice carries authority now because heaven has validated your identity. Every declaration aligns you with what God has already decreed. And now, let this moment be sealed in prayer. Father in heaven, righteous judge, the one who sees the end from the beginning, we come before you with open spirits and surrendered hearts. We thank you for every battle you fought that we could not see. We thank you for every lie you overturned, every accusation you silenced, and every trap you dismantled. Let your presence now cover the one listening. Let your peace settle on their shoulders like a mantle. Strengthen their steps. Restore their confidence. Break the last residue of fear. Let the wind of your spirit move through every weary place within them. Let your truth stand where lies once lived. Let your light fill every corner that felt dimmed by discouragement. Cover their home. Cover their family. Cover their future. Let generational patterns of fear and silence break under the weight of your glory. Let blessings flow where curses once lingered. Let clarity rise where confusion once ruled. Open the doors that belong to them and close the doors that were never meant for them. Assign angels to their path. Let Archangel Michael stand guard over their name, their purpose, their calling. Let every scheme fall. Let every trap fail. Let every shadow be exposed. Surround them with a hedge of protection that cannot be broken. Make their steps steady. Make their spirit bold. Make their heart anchored in truth. Lord, seal this moment. Let it echo in heaven. Let it break what needs to break and build what needs to be built. Let this chosen one walk forward with the confidence that they are not forgotten. They are not forsaken. They are not accused. They are chosen, protected, commissioned, and lifted. Chosen one. If this word reached you, let it be known. Write "I receive it" in the comments as a declaration that you agree with what heaven has spoken. Like this message as a sign of alignment. Subscribe so you do not miss the next revelation heaven is preparing. Walk free. Walk whole. Walk as one heaven has defended. Your story is not ending, it is unfolding, and heaven now walks with you.